Welcome, friends. It's me again, um, Gravie. I was through a rough patch, my birthday and all, and I don't handle that well. I don't handle any holidays well. Got so bad I lost my glasses for about 3 days, and I made an appointment to get my eyes checked out, but I don't know how to cancel it. Let me see. Hmm. Um, let's see. Appointment cancellation. Apparently, I misspelled cancellation. They wanted me to put two L's in it. I don't know how to cancel it. The email only has a link to the directions. Is that right? Crazy. So the world's going mad again. Rose Tico is off Instagram. Twitch, my response is the internet is a fucked up place. It is the worst place ever. And it has to be that way. If it's not, it's the world's gonna get a lot worse without the internet. I mean, people try to make it safe, but that's even worse. To me, if you're in a bad neighborhood, you know it's bad. You're on your guard. You don't do stupid shit. But what happens is they try to take it and they make it a safe neighborhood that still have the bad people there. It's just now you're let down your guard and you think everything's cool, and then all of a sudden someone comes out, bam, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming." Well, the internet should be, I saw it coming. I was ready for it. Oh, sorry. Probably what you call it. I was looking at a job thing. So, I mean, I understand that Kelly Marie Tran, there's not two of them, couldn't handle all of the bullying and the abuse and everything, but that's what the internet is. It can be bullying and terrible. And as soon as you respond to it, as soon as people know, if I do A, B, C, I'm going to get D, E, F as a response, they're going to keep on doing it. So the first thing you have to do is you can't outwardly acknowledge it. You can't say this bothers me. The more it bothers you, the my thinking is that back in the day we had big families. So if you didn't have, so you could have like a few good siblings and then you had a few bad siblings and you had to deal with these bad siblings. And now people have small families where they have one kid, two kids, and they don't harass each other like what we used to do. We used to just tear each other apart and we were family. Yip yips want to get pet. So now when these people go out in the world, they're not used to getting harassed. They're not used to um they're not used to having to deal with the bullying, and they snap. They don't understand. One, you never show that what they're doing works. Two, you realize they're taking their time out of their pathetic life to acknowledge you. You know how much power that is? And the only thing you have to do, the only thing you have to do to totally drive them crazy in in anguish is ignore them. As soon as you ignore them, they can't do anything. They have no power. But we're not teaching our kids that. We have tiny families with tiny communities, and bullies are being weeded out. But it's making the flowers weak if we get rid of the weeds. That makes sense? He doesn't understand. On the flip side, we have a president of the United States who is getting rid of people's First Amendment right, the freedom of speech. He is systematically getting rid of the First Amendment freedom of speech. And that's wrong. That is horrendously wrong. If someone wants to protest and they're not hurting anyone, let them protest. This is America. We should be able to do whatever we want. I mean, tonight I wanted to watch MasterChef. I gotta watch the basketball game because I gotta support the basketball players. Um, if we don't, if we don't say, "Hey, Philadelphia Eagles," I don't know what the hell happened. You guys did not kneel in the entire season. No one kneeled, and he canceled the event and had a national anthem event. If he had kept the event going and no one showed up or 10 Eagles showed up, he would have been in the right. He would have been the one that people were like, oh, yeah, listen, it's screwed up. But he didn't let that happen. He has to save face so much. He can't look bad on anything. I'm just going crazy because I mean now there's a rumor that if he is found guilty that Russia was meddling with the election and he knew about it and he was talking with them, if he's found guilty of this horrendous, practically treasonous, are we in a war? Okay, next to treason, because he's working with Russia. We come out, that's our enemy. He's working with Russia to become our president. That's crazy. He's going to pardon himself. How is that possible? How come no one else thought about that? How come Nixon didn't say, listen, if I stay in office and they impeach me, screw them. I'll just pardon myself. How come Clinton didn't say, I don't know what is, but guess what? Poof, I'm pardoned. You can't impeach me. Sorry, someone was coming over. I didn't want him to scratch up my fire Kindle. It just doesn't make any sense to me anymore. The whole world's going mad, and everyone is like, "Oh, well, you know, that makes sense. That all makes sense to me." And I'm still listening to the whole diversity and comics stuff, and how this guy was getting kicked. He was getting kicked out of his job. I don't know his name. I don't care. Because guess what happened? He was getting kicked out of his job because he slept with two women and they were getting jealous. And well, one of them was getting jealous. And she decided, let's to fire his ass. So he does this whole comic trashing the whole entire company. And all of a sudden, that comic's taken down and he's got his job back. Doesn't make any sense to me. Because everyone wants to watch the dog. We live in a strange world. President's going to pardon himself. And to me, if you vote Republican, you're voting for, I like the world the way it is. I don't care anymore. It's fine. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm told I'll get a job if I vote Republican, I'll vote Republican. But no one's talking about jobs. They're all talking about corruption. Corruption everywhere in the government. I mean, didn't we just have a guy who had some senator had to step down because he was doing illicit things with the campaign funds? That's where I live. I worked for a company. I can say because they're closed now. Monster.com. They're leaving. They promised when they came here. They promised they were going to hire 700 50 people way back when. They never ever hired. They had no intention. They lied to us, and now the government's like, well, what are we gonna do? Now we got this huge building that looks like a flippin' circus. Circus tent. It's all this colorful, it has monster all over it. No one's gonna want that shit. And they're like, oh no, people are gonna want that. We don't have no one's gonna fill it. No one's gonna want that piece of crap. If they do, I don't know what they'll do with it because that place it looks like an on the inside it looks like a airport hangar, airplane hangar. That's what it looks like. I swear it's not that hot in here. Although the air has been coming on. And I didn't really want to talk tonight because other people are on, and I think that they're more entertaining. I mean, is GTA on? GTA, Grand Theft Auto? No, GT Live. Are they on? You should watch them. Who else? Don't step on the keyboard. It's actually a laptop, but he doesn't know the difference. And everyone wants to watch them anyway. I'm trying to get you in the camera. No one wants to see me anyway. They want to see the dog. Well, let's see if anyone's live right now. I mean, YouTube, Google, I mean, they're censoring our news now. The president is censoring sports players. Of everyone who you want to censor, sports players? Oh my God. This is mad. Madness, I say. Yeah, I drank too much. I have problems. Went to rehab today, and I didn't go to my financial meeting, so they couldn't set me up for rehab. So now I got to wait 2 more weeks to actually get into rehab. But on Monday, I got to go to my financial meeting and paint a picture of my income and expenses. Is that those words? So I have to paint a picture of my income and expenses, give it to them, and they'll give me financial aid for that. But she was saying it was like $25 a meeting. 25 times 8 is like $200. I don't know, my math isn't. But on my test today, well, the test was yesterday. I got the test back in biology, 101. Now I had a quiz in the lab. I didn't do so hot because I forgot the names of the tests. We were testing with, I mean, I remember it now. There's Benedict's, Lygos. Then there was Nehanderin and Barrett's. I remember now because I didn't know they were important during the quiz. He didn't say. I thought he was going to say, you know, like what was the test for Lygos, or what was the test for Niodrin, or what was the test for Benedict's. So I didn't memorize the words. I memorized the definition. I know. You should memorize them both, but I didn't. But I'm thinking if you see I'm scattered brained, if I wait long enough for the rehab, I'll get my license back without it. Because I'm supposed to be getting it back at the end of September, with or without anything. I mean, they only took it away for 6 months. So right now, I'm with 8 weeks. What's that? That's in August. The end of August. So that should just be another month. Oh, I did email Red Cross because they kept on emailing me. Oh, we need platelets. We need platelets. I finally just said, listen, I was in jail for 8 days. I can't give. She's like, well, you can give after a year. So I'm going to mark that on your emails, and you shouldn't receive any emails from us until then. If I receive one email, I'm going to go into my account and I'm going to change the email to something bogus so I never hear them if they email me early. I'm just saying. She said I will not get an email till next May. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of emails saying, Here's $5. Can we have it back? No, no. One chance. Had a meeting with my customer about my website. He seems happy with it, but there's a lot of work to be done. I told him, I said, listen, we're probably 40% done. I tried not to throw everyone under the bus, but I wanted to. I wanted to throw everyone. I wanted to throw my partner. I wanted to throw my advisor. I did say that my advisor wants nothing to do with this project. He's like, well, I'll email her. I said, listen, you can email her, but she said that she's too busy. She got a state grant, and so she'll be busy with that. Like, okay, don't ask me for anything. I'm not being in the computer club this year, and I am not being what else? Oh, a tutor. Yeah, none of that. I'm done. I don't know what I'm going to do because I can't take one class. I need to find out what the lowest of full time is. Maybe just take a whole bunch of gym classes. I don't know. But I did see that there was some education class that I wanted to check out. Mass communication, maybe like a lot of intro stuff, just to you know get a feel for the different classes. I don't know what he's doing. This is what he's doing. Can you see him? There he is. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, if he's so hot, why is he on top of me? Well, actually, he's not hot now. He's stopped panting. I did feed him. I got midnight more pills, and I was joking with the woman at the counter that midnight's getting smarter and smarter. Where is she? I thought I heard something. Oh, and I'm infested with ants now. I need to figure out something to get rid of them. But it was like pouring rain, and every time it pours and rains, they just come in and just infest. And then I was on a bender. It was really bad. It wasn't long, it just bad, really bad. Mm. But I mean, the reason why, back to the president. I mean, he hates football players now because some of them bent a knee in protest because they say we're tired of black people getting treated differently under the law. I mean, one, does, I mean, I understand that Trump may not realize that black people are treated different under the law, that they are pulled over just for being black, that he doesn't see that world, which is sad. 'Cause it's right around us. It's everywhere. So they're like, hey, we don't want to take arms, we don't want to fight. We just want to say this is wrong and we need to change. And he's like, nope, not good. It's like, what? So he's taken away people's First Amendment rights. Oh, I don't know why I'm staring at the sun's coming in. He's taken away people's First Amendment rights. He's going to make it so that if he is impeached and found guilty, he's going to pardon himself. Or they said that what he's going to do is take a leave of absence where he goes to the doctors and then the vice president becomes the president and then the vice president, who's now the president, pardons him and then he comes back. Oh, look, I'm pardoned. I mean, hell, he might try to be president for the rest of his life. This is not a good time. This is not a good time at all. Strange days, scary times. Because people, we're not going to take that. We're insane. We're insane. I mean, we have had school shootings every week. Oh, sorry, I'm sitting on my towel. I let it fall and I just let it. We've had school shootings every week this year, or at least once a week for every week. So there might have been two a week, and then they skipped a week. I don't know, but it's getting crazy. I mean, one of the protesters for gun control got swatted. That's scary shit. Oh God, I would just start crying. I would cry like a bitch if all of a sudden they just broke in. Because I mean, when the SWAT comes, one, when the SWAT comes, they have to come. When there's a call made to the SWAT team to that there's something, you know, dangerous happening in a house, they have to. And I think it was kidnapping. They said there's kidnapping happening in that house. So the SWAT came and broke it, and they can't. And then if they screw up and they shoot someone, and that happened, this is insane. Sorry, I'm watching Madison. It's a movie with Jim Carvanaugh. Carver. Carver. He was on what you call it. Let me see if I can pull up his name. Jim Caviezel. He was on a Person of Interest, and he's in this. And I'm like, wasn't he like a really religious guy? Why do I think he was a really religious guy? And I pull him up, and I said, is Jim Caviezel strangely religious? And it says he played Jesus on the Nazareth movie. What? What was that movie? I never saw that movie. I don't like religious. The Passion of the Christ. He's doing more religious stuff? Man, why doesn't he learn? Passion of the Christ, Resurrection. What? Oh, I guess they mean like not like resurrection, like he comes back and gets revenge. And Solo bombed, which I mean, it lost what 50 million. I mean, if I lost 50 million, I'm sure I would get fired. They said Kathleen Kennedy, who's in charge of Lucasfilms, she's thinking about stepping down because it's not fun. When is making a movie and losing $50 million fun? When? Of course he's not having a good time. They're having the race. This Madison is about a boat race, and it is the last movie that Jake Lloyd was in. And then apparently they're saying that he was tormented on the internet and dropped out. Everyone gets tormented on the internet. Get off the internet. If you're being bullied, unplug the computer. Turn off your phone. Oh. It's like people are so attached to technology that they can't let go. So either build up a skin or turn off the electricity. Go in the woods or something. How about this? If you are being bullied on the internet and it's making you do something drastic, like hurting yourself, killing yourself, dropping out of movies or whatnot, you have an addiction. You have a serious technological addiction. You need to get that fixed. Sorry, I'm looking at my glass reflections. I wonder if they're going to call me about my appointment for what you call it. And then in rehab, she didn't mention the drug test. So I don't know if I passed or failed or what, but she hasn't said anything. Because this last bender was not good. Ugh. It finally put the stuff away. It's gone now. All gone. So I didn't think I was going to talk this much. I mean, my project, I still have so much to do, but I'm nursing a headache. And it's hard to work on that project because it's so much. Trying to think of how to easily do it. It sucks that I'm doing it all alone. But right now, my customer, he's okay meeting once a week because previously we wouldn't meet once a week. Previously, the whole summer we didn't meet because my partner was in India and felt bad about leaving him out of the project. Just like I would feel bad if I left out my advisor from the project, but now since she's like, I don't want to be on the project, we're cool. I don't have to offend people. I don't have to try to work. I Because I hate when someone works behind my back because I'm always thinking they're doing something wrong. And that's why when my partner one weekend worked behind my back and came in, he says, "Oh, the project's 90% done." I'm like, "It's not 90% done." And I hate that you worked behind my back. What did you do? I mean, how did you? He had set up the whole net. He had set up not the whole. He didn't set up the whole project on his laptop. He set up part of the project on his laptop. And then he gave me his part to stitch it onto the main part. And it took me forever. And I did it, but I did not like doing it. Like, don't ever do that again. Don't work on part of the project. Work on the entire project. The project is 350 kilobytes. That's it. That's not a lot. It's less than half of a meg of programming. I'm pretty sure that most games are more than that. But he didn't want to set up the whole entire project. He only wanted to set up part of the project. So remember, tonight support basketball because I forgot to say the ending. Because basketball, LeBron and Curry, I don't know their names. Okay, LeBron said, "Listen, I don't. I mean, I'm sure the other team feels the same way, but we don't want to go to the White House. We really don't. I can't believe that the president has made the White House so unappealing that people are like, we don't want to go there." And Curry says, "We feel the same way. I mean, we're tired of it. Why are they? Listen, if they're protesting, they're protesting. Let them be. Don't shove politics down their throat." And that's what they're doing. When they canceled it, they said that in the 11th hour, that woman with the googly eyes, the in the 11th hour, because I don't know her name, I'm terrible with names. They canceled. Um, the Eagles canceled going to. They said 86 people were going to go or 89 people were going to go, and they canceled at the 11th hour. Okay, I'm like, but they didn't cancel at the 11th hour. You were still able to cancel the the Eagles coming to the White House and put something new there. If it was the 11th hour, there shouldn't have been time. So maybe they did it at the 10th hour or the 9th hour. I don't know, but it wasn't no 11th hour. It wasn't at the last minute. So I think that's what 11th hour means. Or I mean, this is politics. 11th hour might just be a meaningless term that no one knows why it's done. You can look it up. Let's look it up. 11th hour. So I'm terrible. I don't understand how a lot of things work. The 11th hour with, oh no, with Brian Williams? Wasn't he in trouble for something? Brian Williams. I know his daughter is an actress. Right? No. All right, the 11th hour. Yeah, the 11th hour is a phrase meaning the last moment, taken from a passage in the parable of the workers in the vineyard, in the King James Bible. Yeah. If the 11th hour means the last moment, you shouldn't have time to then officially cancel the Eagles coming and set up a whole new thing. That's not the last moment. Trust me. I mean, if a woman is having issues on her wedding day at the 11th hour, she's not going to be able to pull miracles like that. And she's not going to be all calm and collective. I'm just saying that the 11th hour means, you have no time to do anything. I don't know. I don't know. We live in a crazy world where everyone's lying to everyone. Everyone's lying to everyone because you have to be PC. You have to hide the truths. sad. I say bring out the truth. And if it's wrong, we can talk about it. But if we can't talk about it, the truths are going to still be there and they're going to grow. Because I'm telling you, when you have a truth inside you and you can't let it out and it just festers and grows and it gets worse and worse and worse, it becomes all consuming. That shit happens. And then we lost another one, Kate Spade. They said that they found her hanging. Don't worry. I mean, I can't be monetized. You need like 40,000 subscribers or some huge number. And I'm not even close. I have one subscriber, I think. So I'm not even close. But she said, well, her sister said that she was down. She was obsessed with Robin Williams and she was suffering from maybe bipolar depression, but she didn't want to seek help because she was afraid what people would think about her. I mean, that's all of us doing that. We're hiding the truths. We're it's all of our fault. We're hiding the truths, and when we can't speak out, when we can't say our own truths for fear of repercussions, what word am I thinking of? Repercussions. Repercussions. Is that the word? Repercussions. Thank you, Internet. Repercussions, the unintended consequences. So when we're afraid of repercussions, we're going to hide our truths. We're going to let them fester inside of us. So I'm sorry. I would rather hurt a lot of people than have a few people kill themselves because they're not allowed to say what they want for fear of how people would react. I'm not saying we're all damaged. I'm not saying we're all broken. I'm just saying that some people are damaged, some people are broken, and they can't, and they need to be able to express themselves. Yeah, I think we'll end it with that. So, what? Kelly Marie Tran, you need to learn to ignore people. You need to learn that if they're taking their time out of their pathetic lives, that is saying a lot about you, that you mean that. And that gives you power. But you responding, you pulling this, you're just giving them power. You're just giving them exactly what they want. Um, so you failed, but it's not too late. You can always turn it around. You can always go back and go, I'm back. Screw you guys. I don't care what you say. I'm done. I'm done with the haters. You can even say haters gonna hate. I hate that phrase because that's around here they say that just to shut you up. You go, I don't think you should do that. Haters gonna hate. Oh, no, I'm just saying that that's stupid. Haters gonna hate. Oh, drink the haterade. Drink the haterade. It's like that doesn't even make any sense anymore. I'm just telling you that what you're doing is stupid. President Trump is going off the rails, insane. And if you vote Republican in this next election, you're giving up on everything. You're fine that that President Trump is selling the White House. He's selling it and he's going to make a lot of money and we're going to lose so much. So, I mean, I think that you should vote probably Democrat just because they're the ones most likely to be voted in. I know where I live in South Carolina. Oh, it sucks. Oh, it sucks because everyone here is Republican through and through. We just don't like Democrats for some reason. Doesn't matter. So now we have the Republicans all trash talking each other. We're having our primary soon. I think next week. Kate Spade, we're sorry we weren't there. We're sorry. We screwed up. And Philip DeFranco, stupid. I don't know. I don't got anything else. I got nothing. So, with peace and love, we are out of here. He loves you guys. So, with peace and love, deuce to the face, we are out of here. Remember, likes and subscribe, dislike, and well, I wouldn't know if you unsubscribe, but like or dislike. Your voice is always valued here, even if it is a dissension or ascension. What's the opposite of dissension? I don't know. I'm not gonna look that up. I'm too lazy now. I'm done. The sun's going down. I got to finish the milk. Oh crap! I brushed my teeth, but I still got to finish the milk because if I don't, it goes bad tomorrow. So we hope you get everything you want, even if it's bad. We don't care. Just want stuff. Go for it. Strive. We hope everything goes your way. If you don't get what you want, hopefully you get what you need. And remember that if you don't have anyone else to talk to, you can always talk here. Because I'm just a big fat loser. A big fat beard. Boop, 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 boop. So we are out of here. Bloop.